Welcome to the QE2 Centre. Please take a moment to listen to the following safety message. There is no planned fire drill taking place today, and in the unlikely event of an evacuation, we ask that you make your way to the ground floor by the nearest available exit. We've got fire wardens on hand to assist you. If you require assistance, please do ensure your event organiser is aware of this. Please do not stop to collect personal belongings or use the lifts. You are encouraged to now take a moment to make yourself aware of the nearest exit and escape route in your area. Once on the ground floor, you are to disperse away from the centre. There is no assembly point for the centre. You should disperse away from the centre and await further information from your event organiser or on QE2's social media detailing when it's safe to return. Thank you for your attention and please enjoy your event.
Good afternoon. I'm Ian Palmer, Principal of Escape Studios, and it's my very great privilege to welcome everyone here today. Parents, families, friends, colleagues and distinguished guests, but most of all, our graduating class of 2023. It's wonderful to be able to come together as a community to celebrate the achievements of the students graduating at this ceremony. Completing a degree is a great accomplishment. It is the culmination of hard work and commitment, overcoming challenges and adversity, and especially for today's students who've had their education impacted by lockdowns and other restrictions, and it is a turning point in people's lives. We're all deeply proud of each and every one of you. It's now over 20 years since we began helping prepare students for their careers as digital artists. And although students on those early courses wouldn't recognise some of the techniques and software we use now, our courses have always been designed, developed and delivered with the help of our industry partners, ensuring relevance to the workplace of today and the future. It's that industry input into our courses that has helped us maintain our professional focus. It's also the reason why Escape has always included a high proportion of teamwork in our degrees. And of course, we know how much you enjoy those team projects. They always go smoothly, never cause any tension, and are something you relish working on. But seriously, although you regularly tell us at every opportunity how challenging they can be, it's an aspect of life at Escape Studios that employers really value. And you know what? Despite your misgivings about collaborative working, it turns out you are really good at it. This was most evident the last time I saw many of you before today at this year's showcase in June. This was our biggest ever, with over 120 professionals in the audience from more than 50 different studios. It was a fantastic celebration of your work. Those attending were amazed by the quality and scale of the projects that you presented. It was a truly inspiring event, and it was great to see you all talking about your work so professionally, seeing how far you'd come since those awkward creative workshops when you visited us for the first time. I love to speak about the amazing projects you produce, but don't just take my word for it. I'm slightly biased after all. Take the word of the Rookies, an independent global organisation that's been ranking creative media schools for over a decade to help aspiring artists find trusted schools. The most recent league tables were compiled by hundreds of influential industry experts based on over 5,500 student portfolios from all over the world. They ranked us as top 5 in the UK for 3D animation, games design and VFX production excellence, and number 1 in the world for immersive media production excellence. I don't think this has quite sunk in with me yet. I know your VO projects were great, but wow, number 1 in the world. Well done. We must, of course, remember that in these rankings, we are also up against some very large institutions, so this should make us doubly proud of these achievements. But what does all this mean in real terms? It means you don't have to trust my word for it when I say Escape is one of the very best places to study animation, games, and visual effects. The world agrees with me. The quality of your projects can also be seen in the truly astonishing number of awards they win. Since 2016, student work has won literally hundreds of awards in national and international festivals. And nearly every day we hear of another accolade. Most recently, of course, it is your work that is beating the competition. There really are too many awards to list, and I know many of you will go on in your professional careers, as our previous escapees have, to win more awards, including BAFTAs and Oscars. I've only been able to highlight some of the things that I believe make Escape Studios unique. Amongst all this success, there are, of course, your individual stories. Only you and those close to you really know what it has taken to get here today. You've all shown that whatever life throws at you, you can cope and you can thrive, and nothing can stop you when you set your mind to it. There is, however, not a single factor in this success. It's due to the community as a whole. It's down to our experienced tutors and studio assistants who make the learning experience what it is. The student services and support team who help guide you through the maze of being a student in the 2020s. Our highly successful escapees who come back and contribute to our events and help prepare you for your careers. Our amazing range of industry partners who help keep us on our toes and up to date. But most importantly, it's because we have truly talented and dedicated students. We would not be leading the way without you. Thank you, and long may it continue. And as you leave us for the next stage in your career, you can be sure that you have that community to draw on to help you. Once an escapee, always an escapee. And we're proud that you are about to become part of that very special club. I can't wait to see what you do next. So please come back and share it with us at our new campus in North Greenwich. But for today, right here and now, enjoy the moment. Wishing you every success in the future. Congratulations to the class of 2023. I would now like to introduce Anne Morrison, Chair of our governing body, to deliver our main address. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian, and good afternoon, everyone. It's a real privilege to share this day of celebration with you. My hearty congratulations to each and every one of you collecting your degrees today. All of us here on stage recognize how much dedication, resilience, and sheer hard graft has gone into each of these results. As well as you yourselves, I also want to congratulate the friends, family, and supporters well represented here today who've supported you along the way. A shout out too to the teaching staff who've guided you on this journey. But most of all, we are proud of you and we wish you well on your onward journey towards a prosperous, purposeful, and fulfilling career. Now, the world into which you emerge is undoubtedly a pretty scary and uncertain place. But as an escapee, you are well placed to thrive within it, and whatever the circumstances. Among higher education providers, we're in the top 5% for the proportion of our graduates entering full-time employment. And that's not a surprise when you think that we put engagement with employers at the heart of our curriculum, in devising our courses, teaching, and assessing them. We replicate the experience of employment closely in all that we do, meaning that setting out into work after studying at Escape Studios shouldn't be the shock to the system that it can be after courses elsewhere. You've been well prepared for the world of work, and we have great faith in you to be able to deal with the ups and downs ahead. Now, when I look back to when I was at your stage, which was a few years ago now, there was a lot I didn't know, which I went on to learn in various painful ways in the course of my career. You may know it all already, but there are 4 points in particular which I'll pass on kind of as advice to my former self. The first point would be to be bold. Hang on to your dreams, but not thinking of them as some magical gift which might suddenly arrive, but as something that you work hard at to make happen. Assessing what's required, overcoming the obstacles, and preparing yourself for the moment when your goal can be achieved. It's a bit like the saying, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And that boldness should apply to yourself as well. Early in your career, there's a lot of emphasis on fitting in with a corporate culture, with other people's expectations, and not rocking the boat. And all of that may be necessary, but as you progress and the moment comes for you to tap into your own creativity or express your own point of view, the danger is that you've suppressed it for so long that you no longer have anything of your own to say. When researchers interviewed people who were terminally ill, bear with me here, about what they most regretted in their lives, what do you think they said? Was it that they would have liked to have had more sex or gone bungee jumping? No. The number one regret of the dying was that they wished they'd had the courage to live a life true to themselves, not the life others expected of them. Don't have that regret. Keep true to yourself. The second point is about looking after yourself. Build your emotional support group of friends and colleagues. I've always found it easier to do brave and bold things with a team of people cheering me on. Sometimes they've also been incredibly useful in persuading me not to do things, which has saved me from myself. Having trusted people around you who can challenge you in supportive ways gets you out of the train tracks of your thinking. It's what a good coach or therapist can do for you too. But I have to say, friends and colleagues are much cheaper. As the world of work gets more casualized and uncertain, long-term careers with one paternalistic employer are almost unheard of. The new form of security comes from being highly employable and being able to move around your part of the industry with ease. If you take the attitude that your education doesn't end in this hall today, but continues throughout life. You'll keep your skills up to date and build up the experience, which will make employers start competing for you rather than the other way round. Part of looking after yourself is about resilience to the inevitable disappointments and frustrations which will come your way. When the storm comes, it's the rigid tree which breaks. The tree which bends and sways with the wind will survive. As you look towards the next 30 or 40 years of your career, enormous adaptations will be required. We can't even imagine the changes ahead, apart from knowing that change is inevitable. Maybe you'll be successful in a job which hasn't even been invented yet. Maybe your specialism will disappear and you'll have to quickly adapt. I like the saying, never waste a good crisis. It's often the time when unimaginable opportunities are thrown up, when people reinvent themselves and find a new and better life. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue which counts. And resilience is also about not building your life entirely around work. Your job will never love you back as much as you love it. I hope you find one that you adore, because we spend so much of our time at work that it really ought to be purposeful and enjoyable. But don't let it define you or squeeze out everything else in your life. John Nicholson, who writes about resilience, advises us all to diversify the sources of our self-esteem. That means having lots of things which make you feel good about yourself, from the trivial to the profound, your hobbies, your dog, the people in this room today who've turned up to celebrate you. Keep them in your life and cherish them. Having said that, the third point is about how to get on in your career with confidence. Looking around me in my world of filmmaking, the people that I notice who've succeeded most are people who are pushy with charm. If you're pushy without charm, frankly, you're just obnoxious and nobody wants to work with you. But if you're charming without any push, sadly, you will be walked over and ignored because the world is not a fair place. As an executive coach, I frequently meet people who think that if they just keep their head down and do a really, really good job, then someone on high will notice them and promote them. Sadly, this is not the case. Those in authority are often not paying attention. So you need to make sure they've noticed your successes and that they also know you're ambitious if you are. Another trap which less confident people fall into is to put themselves down. And I did it myself when I was elected chair of BAFTA as the second woman ever in the organization's 70-plus year history. I said that I was delighted and thrilled, but also daunted by the challenge. Now, I wasn't actually daunted. I knew the organization well, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it, and I was keen to get started. But something in me wanted to reassure people that I was not big-headed. And when a colleague said to me, "Yes, it must be daunting for somebody like you," I was absolutely outraged. But then I realized, do you know what? I've done this to myself. So learn from me. People take you at your own estimation, and that means that sometimes you have to give your credentials, build up your credibility, and don't allow yourself to be patronized. All with charm, of course. Oprah Winfrey said, "You train people how to treat you, so have enough self-esteem to feel that you are worthy of good treatment." High self-esteem also goes with a positive attitude to life. It's a revealing question as to whether we regard ourselves as lucky or unlucky in life. We've probably all had enough marvelous and terrible things happen to us that we could tell our life story as a positive one of tremendous good fortune or a sad and tragic tale. Which one we decide to tell to others, and most importantly to ourselves, is largely a matter of choice, depending on what we focus on and remember. Those with a positive, confident, and optimistic attitude are often those we want to work alongside. They're more productive and they even live longer. Confidence can be learned since it's a habit of thinking. Public speaking, for example, which many people have a horror of, is just a skill like any other which needs to be practiced. People think of it as somehow innate, but if you have learned to ride a bike or learned to swim, you can learn to find your voice in meetings and speak up for yourself. And please do that, otherwise all those really boring, entitled people are just going to talk on and on. My final point is about being a decent human being. I've no doubt that in the fine tradition of escapees, you're going to be successful in your chosen field. But when you get up there, please don't pull the ladder up behind you, but be generous and help others to get in and get on as well. What goes around comes around, and people will remember your help. We need our leaders of the future to have better ethical standards and more of a moral compass than those of the past or present. Although you're at the start of your careers, it's never too early to start thinking about your legacy, your purpose in doing what you're doing, beyond earning money. Never doubt that you can make a difference to the world, whether in a big or a small way. So what do you want to contribute? People who behave decently at work get asked back because everyone wants to work with them again. Bullies may be tolerated for a while if they're talented enough, but they tend to get their comeuppance in the end, and nobody will help them back up. Never make the mistake of thinking that because someone seems lower than you in the hierarchy, that you can treat them badly because they're less important. They may well turn out to be your boss one day. Jay Hunt, who worked for me, is now running Apple TV. Charlotte Moore, who did the same, is now Director of Content at the BBC. Thankfully, I was always very nice to them. I've frequently interviewed somebody for a job and then asked the assistant who brought them to the room for his or her opinion. How people behave when they don't think they're being assessed is often very revealing. So those are the 4 points of advice that I would give you. Be bold, look after yourself, speak up for yourself, and be a decent human being. We're already extremely proud of you on this happy day of celebration. We hope you stay in touch with each other, not just because of the importance of friendship, but because you might be able to work together in future, maybe even set up a studio together. Your own career path might be different from those of other people, but in the end, it's about what you want to get from it and not a competition. The famous ballet dancer Mikhail Baryshnikov put it well when he said, "I do not try to dance better than anyone else. I only try to dance better than myself." We wish you success with whatever you try to do and hope you have a wonderful day. Many congratulations. And now, before I hand over to Sarah MacDonald, I just want to say that this is Sarah's last graduation ceremony. We're extremely grateful for all that she's contributed to the life of this college as Chief Operating Officer with immense dedication over many years. Personally, I will miss her hugely, as I know we all will. So, Sarah, this is for you.
Thank you. I now invite the 2023 Escape Studios graduates to the stage to receive their awards. We will begin with the animation graduates. I now call forth Dr. Ian Palmer, Principal of Escape Studios, to confer the awards on behalf of the University of Kent. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in the Art of Computer Animation, Juliana Achel. Danish Adin. David Akinios. Aaron Arnold. Campbell Brooks. Chiyoko Koite. Jade Davanzo. Bonnie Duncan. Yulineia Philippe. Tyrese Fletcher. Ellen Hughes. Amy Hestud. Kieran James. Georgios Konstantinou. Noemi La Frontiera. Christopher Marsden Carlton. Maya Matarego Wardek. Alex Maynard. CJ Rock. Anthony Sarmiento. Alex Sellen. Anund Sembi. Victoria Stoikova. Victoria Schwerk. Guangchen Thor. Jessa Timok Santiago. Zoe Walker. Amelia Rose Watson. For the award of Bachelor of Arts in the Art of Computer Animation 3D, Llewellyn Whitney. I now invite the visual effects graduates to the stage to receive their awards. The award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in the Art of Visual Effects, Ozhan Arasoy. Victoria Harayats. Fiorella Bechtel. Kaylee Bohosov. Wyndham Brunt. Oliver Chenery. Harry Dallimore. Gino de Murtas. Jadine Downs. Louis-Philippe Gaffney. Aheyeban Gopalapillai. Muhadissa Hasham. Alfie Hill. Ishmael Cargbo. Owen Manley. Milo Marshall. Ahmed Mukhtar. Henry Claude Anguetta. Mantas Norcus. Cameron Norris. Adwail Ogunbacon. Matthew O'Reilly. Samuel Parado Ferrer. Andy Ramlika. Emma Richards. Jake Roberts. Bruno Orzi. Enrico Vaccari. Jane Williams. Benjamin Williamson. For the award of Bachelor of Arts in the Art of Visual Effects, Kashava Walcott. For the award of Certificate of Higher Education in the Art of Visual Effects, Yuri Eliashevsky. I now invite the Video Games graduates to the stage to receive their awards. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in the Art of Video Games, Jopin Ahmed. Thomas Anglim. Harrison Arthur. Victoria Berta. Monique Brown. Eleanor Bunting. Giselle Camacho. Piotr Czernasty. Dothan Tung. Blagovest Dounov. Kashaya Ebrahimi. Joshua Houghton Brown. Waihang Huang. Dadier Hengley. Martin Jonas. Mehmet Kartal. Andrew Kitapcholu. Trinity Lee. Jacob McCarthy. Jade Mouflier. Joe Newton. Florin Rataru. Nikita Safonovs. Lily Setterfield. Ahmed Shaheen. Anand Seklu. Lucas Sukakas. Jake Sylvester. Aidan Wade. Lucy White. Rebecca Wolfe. Oriana Olaku. I now invite the Master's graduates to the stage to receive their awards. For the award of Master of Arts 3D Animation, Saina Asadi. Samia Chowdhury. Dimitrios Tabros Demetsis. Anna Abashu. Tanya Kerner. Madalena Manno. Richie Mobwetu. Alexander Nowak. For the award of Master of Arts Character and Creature Creation, Raveen Azad. Emma Sandrayo. Abidali Charangi House. Amelia Connolly. Joshua Ibrahim de Guzman. Svetlana Kyomanova. Joanna Morland. Alexander Posen. Ailey Smith. Elizabeth Thomas. For the award of Master of Arts Visual Effects Production 3D, Maria Josefina Armstrong. Rosa Bunaires. Carolis Butkus. Fizu Mirotai. Jake Thompson. For the award of Master of Arts Visual Effects Production Compositing, Stefano Ferron. Irene Garcia de la Morena. João Moreira. For the award of Master of Arts Game Art, Anka Krivat. Annika Dinham. Oliver Featherston. Archie Free. Robert Graham. Aditya Vikram Joshi. Jasmine Liu. Yiwei Liu. Boril Nachev. Margot Picarillo. Rain Reynolds. Rodolfo Silva. Katya Thomas. And that concludes the awards for Escape Studios. Thank you, Ian. And many congratulations to all our 2023 graduates. We now turn to the prizes, and I call forth Ian again to present these in recognition of outstanding achievement on the creative programmes. For Best Overall Performance on the Bachelor of Arts Computer Animation, Chiyoko Koite. For Best Overall Performance on the Bachelor of Arts Game Art, Harrison Arthur. For Best Overall Performance on the Bachelor of Arts Visual Effects, Jake Roberts. For Best Overall Performance in the Master of Arts Final Project, Rodolfo Silva. For Best Overall Performance on Master of Arts Programmes, Rain Reynolds. And finally, for outstanding contribution on their programme, Oliver Chenery. And that concludes the prize giving. Thank you, Ian. I now call forth Chiyoko Koite to deliver a speech on behalf of this year's graduating cohort.
Hello and good afternoon to all my fellow graduates, families and friends. It is my pleasure to be up here to congratulate all of you on this very special day. We have accomplished so much at Escape, and today you can hold your heads high and be proud of all the hard work that you have accomplished. Over the course of our time at Escape, we have grown and specialized in so many of our passions. With each project, we learned something new, and we gained an array of skills that we will take on to future pieces of work. The plethora of assets, textures, animation comps, simulations, and renders that you have all produced is just proof of the overwhelming amount of effort that you have all dedicated as your growth of creators. Due to your determination and ability to maneuver through new situations thrown your way, you have reached here, and you truly deserve to celebrate. I know render fails and Unreal crashes are the highlight, of course, of our uni life, but we must also appreciate the wonderful pleasure of facing a pandemic through our first year. With this came a whole new set of challenges that we had to overcome, and I believe we did so brilliantly. We emerged from first year having never met our fellow students, or the majority of our fellow students, and yet we were able to create a very inspiring community of creatives. Whether you are a first year or a master's, animation, games, or VFX, we all supported each other no matter what was going on. Behind each complication of the pipeline, there was a group of us ripping our hair out and pulling solutions out of thin air. And that kind of problem solving and teamwork is something you will take with you. Now we can all look forward to what the future holds for us. Something I have learned at Escape is that nothing ever goes to plan. And I hope you realize by now that even when something doesn't go to plan, it can still work out to be very grand at the end, even if it means a few trips to a broken coffee machine and a few flights of stairs that are most certainly not worth 3 calories. I am grateful to be able to celebrate this day with all of you, and I thank you all for the fond memories that we will share. And I am excited to see everyone's next steps and how your experience here at Escape will take you on to the next phase of your journey. And a final colossal congratulations from me, and I wish you guys all the best of luck.
Thank you, Chiyoko. We'd now like to show a video of some memories from your time at Escape Studios. We hope you enjoy it.
We're both studying the art of computer animation.
3D animation.
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 We all studied animation.
I study game art.
I studied the same thing, games art.
Game art.
Yeah. We do games art.
Game art, all 3 of us.
I'm studying the art of visual effects.
Visual effects.
Visual effects.
Yeah.
Visual effects as well.
Studying 2D VFX.
3D visual effects.
And I'm also studying compositing at Escape Studios.
Rewarding.
Chaotic.
Friendly. Collaborative.
Teamwork. Exciting. Professional. And still your teamwork, definitely collaborative. And challenges. Creativity. Friendly.
I'd say friendship as well. Yeah.
Yeah, friendships.
Cool whiteboard walls.
Extremely sleepy coffee. I don't know.
Very unique.
Yeah.
Shall I
Fun? It was somewhat fun, yeah.
It was fun.
What is my favorite memory of Escape?
Would one of you like to start this?
I think personally, I really enjoyed specifically our class. Every time we'd finish a deadline or a group project, we'd all go out together somewhere on the day of presentation, and we'd just celebrate together.
Freshers Week, when we got to meet everyone for the first time after spending a year in lockdown, kind of met everyone online, and then eventually we're able to meet face to face. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
During the beginning of our group projects, when we're all kind of brainstorming and everyone's kind of like bouncing off each other's ideas.
When all my friends we always tend to stay really late until uni closed, and just had a lot of fun just chatting while doing work and learning new stuff.
So I honestly, I think it was at the end of second year when we, as a collective class, all went to the pub next door. A few of the tutors came out with us. It was actually a really good time and a nice way to round off the end of second year projects.
Just going through the entirety of second, third year, start seeing how from the very beginning I didn't know how to make anything, and now I'm leaving Escape and I can make so much.
Drop everything and do it all over again if I had the chance. What am I going to miss the most about this place?
I feel as though I'm going to miss the time here. Very similar. It's like coming in 3 days a week and being able to see the same people and having that sort of routine of coming in, being able to do the thing you love, talk to people you like, and then go home. And it's kind of like now that's been taken away, it's almost like you're going to miss that,
Generally, the people, the community is really supportive. You get a lot of feedback all the time from students and industry professionals alike.
Just the friendships and the banter we have with everyone, the tutors. It's just everything, just the whole.
People.
Yeah, just the people, everyone that works there, everyone that studies there.
That would probably be two things: the friends and the free coffee.
The environment and being in class with all my teammates and the tutors.
Experiences with people kind of learning is vital. I don't think you get it as much as I did in school. I didn't get it like in school the same way I did here.
Well done to everyone for the year. It was a tough one, but we got there, and
well done.
Farewell to all the studio assistants.
Yeah,
who helped.
our favourite people.
It's been a wonderful pleasure teaching you all, and we're going to miss you.
So you may not be aware of it, but I believe that I've learned from you as much as you may have learned from me. So thank you.
All the best for your next steps, and
whatever you go on to do in the future, just remember to enjoy the process, and you can't really go wrong.
I'd just like to say goodbye and good luck.
Bye!
Bye. Bye.
Sayonara. And don't forget what we told you.
Well, that concludes the 2023 graduation ceremony. After the platform party have left, I'd like you to remain in your seats until that has happened, and then I'd like to ask all graduates to remain in the auditorium for cohort photographs, and all guests are invited to partake of refreshments in the Pickwick Room on the first floor.